Happy Friday morning. We're going to see a lot of clear skies again here to start off the day, and to end off the week, I think things are going to be pretty clear also. Not expecting any rain today, but the heat and the humidity going to pick up just a bit more. Current temperatures sitting mostly in the lower to mid 60s, but there's 150 on the map. That's in Paris. Good morning to you. 170 also on the map. Springfield currently at 70 degrees. And as I mentioned, yes, today does turn warmer. But plenty of sunshine, sunscreen, and also sunglasses. Those will be handy today. We'll be nearing more than 90-degree mark as we head into the afternoon. Christy, Aaron, happy Friday the 13th.
Happy Friday the 13th. So far, so good, but we got our fingers crossed.
That's for sure. Good morning. I'm Christy Batista.
And I'm Aaron Eads. A lot coming up on this hour of the morning show.
Look at Champaign this morning.
Looking pretty good at that sky there. It's a good start.
It is a beautiful start to this Friday. Let's keep it lucky.
Let's hope it stays that way. Here's a look at some of your top headlines this morning. For the second time in as many months, police are investigating a shooting on the U of I campus. This time, officers fired first.
And an old tower is getting a new name, but that's not all. What one couple has in store for the former Bresee Tower and the entire downtown area.
You are hearing that correctly. It's not the best singing in the world, but it's doing the job. Why some will have a happier holiday because of it.
You're watching your local news leader. This is The Morning Show on WCIA 3.
We start this morning in Champaign, where state police are now investigating after an officer-involved shooting.
Dozens of officers were sent to John and Locust after a man was seen loading a handgun. U of I police say after officers came into contact with the 23-year-old, he refused to comply. That's when 3 officers fired at him. He was shot in the leg and taken away in an ambulance, but is expected to be okay. U of I police and the Champaign County Sheriff's Office were on the scene interviewing people, and police say they did follow protocol, but like we mentioned, Illinois State Police will be handling the investigation. And exactly 2 months ago, another shooting happened in this same area.
It happened on May 13th near South 1st in East Armory. After several weeks of investigation, 20-year-old Devon Cooper of Danville was arrested. The night of the shooting, police say a 21-year-old man was walking back to his car when the shots were fired. He was taken to the hospital and treated for life-threatening injuries. A Rantoul man was sentenced to 15 years in prison for murder.
27-year-old Jarvis Garrett pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. In January, he stabbed 21-year-old Fate Young to death while his 2-year-old daughter was in the apartment. Officials say the two were arguing over a drug debt when Young was killed. The Macon County Sheriff's Office is looking for the people who stole alcohol from a convenience store.
The burglary was captured on this surveillance video. An employee for the village of Blue Mound saw the front door of the P&G Quick Stop open and called police. When they got there, they saw bottles of alcohol on the floor. About $1,300 worth of liquor was gone. Anyone with information should call the Macon County Sheriff's Office. More details now in a Vermilion County bribery case. The state's attorney says they have audio and video recordings of a man trying to convince a young girl to lie.
Kevel Lewis was charged with criminal sexual assault against her. The state's attorney says the recordings show him bribing the girl and her mother. He called them from the jail, suggesting they leave town and say he didn't commit the crime. In return, he'd give them an $8,000 shopping trip. And we have an update to the emergency plane landing on the interstate. The FAA still has to figure out whether or not the pilot made the right choice.
It touched down on I-55 near Lincoln, hitting a car with a child inside on its way down. No one was hurt. The pilot told police he had no choice but to land on the interstate after his plane started losing power. He knew he wasn't going to make it to the airport, and landing in a cornfield could have caused significant damage. That investigation could take weeks. Now let's take a look at some of the front page newspaper headlines across central Illinois this morning.
From the Decatur Herald and Review, the state wants to chip in up to $500,000 to tear down the Eagle Creek Resort in Shelby County. They plan to help demolish it so it can be rebuilt. The resort closed nearly a decade ago because of mold and money problems. Leaders want to see someone run it successfully. Also from the Herald and Review, after years of planning and fundraising, one faith-based organization is taking a step toward a new, much larger facility.
200 people came together for the nonprofit Northeast Community Fund, who held a groundbreaking at their new site. The new Family Assistance Center will cost an estimated $2.5 million and should be finished in about 8 months. The building will span 17,000 square feet and will be the 5th home for the organization since its founding about 50 years ago.
Over to Danville now, where one building is getting more than just a facelift. The Bruzzy Tower will now be named the Collins Building. Chris and Jerry Collins plan on making the building a hotel and convention center, but they don't want to stop there. They also want to build a 100,000 square foot amusement park downtown. The Collins have created a Facebook page to keep everyone updated with their plans.
As we first told you on Facebook this morning, a popular store is making a move across town. The Rural King in Mattoon has announced it will be moving into a new location, the former Sears space. Construction is set to begin next month and should be done by January. Rural King plans to turn its current building into a distribution center and expand its headquarters into that space. Farming has been a tradition in central Illinois for 2 centuries.
And in that time, the equipment used to plant and harvest has changed a lot. One Champaign County town is taking a look at agriculture's past. Penfield's Historic Farm Days has started. It features old tractors, steam-powered implements, and plenty of old other farming equipment. Farm Days runs through Sunday. And if you're looking for something fun to do a little closer to home, the skies over Vermilion County will be filled with balloons this weekend.
WCIA3's Emily Braun is live in our newsroom this morning to give us a look at what people can look forward to this weekend. Emily, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, the whole weekend is really something people in Vermilion County and all across central Illinois look forward to every year. And of course, we're talking about balloons over Vermilion. The Danville Boat Club hosted the Splash and Dash competition last night as a kickoff. More than 30 balloons are taking flight over tonight and tomorrow's main event. But its finale tonight will be a laser light show. Organizers say it's going to be a great display of both color and music using laser technology to create a synchronized and choreographed show. Pretty cool. But aside from that, of course, the main event, families could also schedule hot air balloon rides both tonight and tomorrow from 6:30 to 10. So a lot of fun for the whole family, and gates are going to open to kick things off today at 3 p.m. Live in the newsroom, Emily Braun, WCIA3, your local news leader.
Looks like a lot of fun. All right, Emily, thank you so much.
It's almost time for another movie night at Memorial Stadium, and this year it's a double feature. U of I Athletics is showing the movies on Saturday, July 28th. It starts at 6 o'clock with the showing of Despicable Me 3, and then it will follow with Black Panther at 8. The movies are free, and the first 500 people there will get a free Illini popcorn bucket. Yummy. Monticello police didn't pass up the chance to take on a viral challenge.
Yeah, they joined in on the lip sync craze. The community donated a little more than $200 for Shop with a Cop. So in return, Monticello police did their best impression of the Muppets. They chose Mana-Mana. Mana-Mana.
We'll just sing it for you. No,
It's really only the second one I've seen.
You have to watch them.
I saw the other one that we
They're all
talked about
over
the
the
other
internet.
day, and then this one.
Okay.
all
I know I
over the
mentioned last
place.
time, but I forgot to show you, so I'll show
I've
you
seen
some more.
like
They're
10 of
so
them in the
funny.
last week.
Yeah, they're funny.
Yeah.
I love
Really
them.
been catching on, though. A lot of people doing it, a lot of cops at least doing it out there. Well, what's going to be catching on to us in the heat and humidity. Yesterday, still pretty comfortable highs around the mid and upper 80s. Some lower 90s too farther to the west. Just barely got there in Springfield. I think we see a few more 90s, but it's going to be the added humidity that will make things feel just a bit hotter today. And then that trend continues on into the weekend. We'll have more on that coming up for you next.